Good morning, guys. Glad to have you here. And today is Thursday, February 15th, 2018. And this is a look at the markets and see what they're doing today. So we're going to start the charts right here. And the thing is first thing we're going to look at is the silver price. What we see is the silver price is dropping today. I'm not really going to call this a smash down because it's still dropping through its range, what its range has been lately. But it's starting to look like a smash down on the chart. But she's dropping today, which is not a good thing. We don't like to see the silver price dropping. It's dropped 21 cents today so far, down to $16.62. Now we're going to take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And what we see here is 24,922. It's up 28 points. Now this goes along with my prediction that it's going to slowly increase, provided that the bond yields don't climb too fast. That's a provision. If the bond yields climb too fast, it could bring about another premature stock fall in stock prices. Now, if the bond yields stay fairly steady course, which I think they're going to, and not rise too much over 3% between now and March, when March hits, the bond yields are going to rise faster. And that's because they're going to increase the amount of reverse quantitative easing that they're doing from 20 billion to 30 billion. Actually, I think it's 22 billion, so they'll increase it to 32 billion. They're going to raise it 10 billion more. When they raise a bar like that, the bond yields are going to shoot up, especially on the 10-year, and then we're going to see the next stock market crash. And I think the next one's going to be a real crash, because what's happening is there's stored energy. See, they priced this in, but there's stored energy that's going to be built up over the next, until the end of March and into April. And once the stock market goes down a certain amount, what it does is it starts to generate fear. And that fear is a self-perpetuating cycle of fear, of the fear emotion, and people start to sell off and everything just starts to collapse under itself. It wasn't quite ready yet. I think it's going to be ready in April. And if not, 3 months later, it will be ready. So we're looking at something that is going to happen this year. If not in April, 3 months later, they're going to raise it to 40 billion. They're just going to keep raising the bar until they get this crash. Now, let's move on here to the oil price. Sweet like crude oil, $60.31. So we're looking at a drop in price of 0.29. A very small drop in the price, but we're up over that $60 mark. It's been flirting with that lately. Now let's move on to Bitcoin. Now this is Bitcoin Wisdom, and we're looking at Bitstamp at 98.17, the price. 98.20 right now. And the price has been slowly creeping upwards, along with the stock market creeping back up. And Bitcoin is almost like a barometer now for the stock market, and the stock market's almost like a barometer for Bitcoin, you know. I'm going to tell you, to be quite honest, is I think when the stock market crash comes in April, and I think it's coming in April, but I'm not sure about April. It might be a few months later. You know, it might be 3 months later. But when the stock market comes, when the initial knee-jerk reaction is I think they're going to buy into Bitcoin. But then later, when the real fear hits, that's when they're going to switch over to buying into gold and silver. And initially, you might actually see a drop in the price of gold and silver when the stock market crash first comes in April. But then later, they're going to switch over and they'll start buying in. When the fear hits, fear is going to be the factor in all of this. That's going to change everything. So now let's take a look at those bonds. What we're seeing is it was up to 2.913, I think it was last night, or over 2.9. She's dropped back to 2.89 today. She's dropped back on both the 10-year and on the 30-year. The 10-year is 2.891, and the 30-year is 3.13. It's dropped back, and it's also dropped back on the 5-year to 2.63. I don't think that this is a long-term thing that's dropping back. It's going to stay. It's not going to continue to drop back. It's going to go back up again. The yields are going to rise again. The yields are falling just temporarily today, and that's taking a little bit of pressure off. Every time they fall even a little bit like this, they take a little bit of pressure off. The pressure is being what's going to make the stock market collapse, is that pressure. But that pressure is going to build back up again. But not right now, not today. Today, the pressure's off just a little bit. Now we're going to take a look at cryptocurrency market capitalizations. And we see that Litecoin is on a surge. Litecoin is $224 now. Because it's a great coin. And I've said all along, Ethereum's a nice coin, and so is Bitcoin Cash. I don't like Ripple, but Ripple's doing good. Bitcoin itself, I'm not crazy about. There's some new innovations in these coins. If we go down here, I want to show you something. If we go down here, okay, where is it? I know I probably passed it in these coins. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is, IOTA. This one right here, IOTA. Right here, I'll underline it so you guys can see it. It's number 10. It's IOTA, IOTA. This particular coin has got some of the new technology, some of the new blockchain technology in it. It's going to be extremely fast and stuff. So you got to understand, there's new technologies that came out in cryptographic. In the cryptographic ledgers and stuff. And this coin's got it. This coin's got some of the new technology. But there's even newer technology coming out. And the innovation is continuing in blockchain type, I'll call it blockchain type technologies. We got to pay attention to this. And IOTA is one of the newer coins that has this newer technology. Seriously. Now, an awful lot of these other coins are really good, solid coins and everything, but they're based on the old blockchain technology and not on the new Hashgraph type technology. Now, I'm going to call it Hashgraph specifically because Hashgraph is a patented technology. But Hashgraph-like technologies where they can handle a lot more transactions and stuff they're the next advancement in the blockchain technologies. Now, IOTA's got a little bit of this technology in it. I found that out last night in my research. So I think myself that if there's any coins that I'm going to invest in, I think I'm going to take a serious look at IOTA, IOTA. Litecoin is another one of my favorites here. I like Bitcoin Cash too. Bitcoin Cash has got an 8 times bigger block size than the original Bitcoin. And so, of course, it's going to be able to handle 8 times more transactions for every 10 minutes. This means instead of 7 transactions a second, it's going to be 8 times 7. What would that be? You know, I used to know my times tables, and I'm getting older now. 8 times 7 is one of the harder ones in the times tables, you know. There's a few hard ones there, like 6 times 6 and 8 times 7 and 7 times 7. The harder ones to remember. Anyway, here's Ethereum, $941. And so these coins are doing good. But remember, IOTA is one of the ones that has the new technology. So listen, thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe. And this has been your market report for this Thursday. Catch you guys later. Bye.